Hey people, I'm a little early than usual instead of a whole freaking week. But better late than never. This episode of Insecure was excellent. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like my little office thing I put for my bed. Ooh, I feel nice and comfortable. This episode was just Issa and Lawrence. They decide to hook up and get together and have dinner and go out and all this other stuff. And of course, with all her awkwardness, Issa walks up into the place and falls face down, like safe on her motherfucking beautiful black skin face. And she was there for a minute. The embarrassment of it all, the awkwardness of it all, I absolutely loved it. And the worst part is always because I done fell, like my good friend, may he rest in peace, call me Biggie Falls. That's exactly what Issa. That was the funniest shit in true Issa fashion. She ain't want nobody to help her up. She was like, she was okay. She would bust her ass. So her and Lawrence is in this like little cool little lounge slash bar spot, and I don't even know why they would meet up there to actually have a conversation and talk or whatever Lawrence had to ask her, because it was loud as fuck. It was like a nice little black lounge, and they were turning up. The DJ was on point. The bartender wasn't paying them no mind. People was coming in between them and all this other stuff. So I would never go to no place like that to talk at all. So they get ready to go and everything like that. And the bartender's like, "Yeah, you good. The drink's on you because you bust your ass." Issa, you were supposed to stay on the floor and wait for the ambulance to come get your ass, because that was, girl, that was just painful. So, they go to this nice little restaurant place or whatever, but, things have changed. Lawrence got a little coin in his pocket. They got in the Uber Black. Like, okay, the little, what was it, a Cadillac, Lexus, Mercedes, and they had an old lady driving, getting her little extra coin and stuff like that. And once again, she all in their business and talk about flashing the camera on him, talk about nigga propose. That shit was just freaking hysterical. So they went to this little tapas place or whatever that she already constantly used to tell Lawrence about and stuff like that. And he keeps avoiding, did you have to ask me? What did you have to ask me type thing. So yeah, they sitting there, and they come get their food or whatever, and she talking about she have a prosecco with a splash of vodka. I'm like, oh, you Hasta Diddy hoes. Y'all go to brunch one fucking day. Now y'all ordering fucking Prosecco? Girl, stop playing and get your Hennessy. Because you know how you can do. And she ordered everything on the menu. Lamb, chops, steak, I don't know, grilled shrimp, all this shit. She's ordering. So, Issa asked him again, what is it that you had to ask me? What did you tell me? Or whatever. So, he was like, why Daniel? I was like, oh, here we go. It gets heavy. And then it's weird because what happens was the music is no music. It's nothing in the background. It seems like silence. And it's just their voices. Like, I don't know who directed this one, but this was excellent. It was the it was excellent. And they had the conversation, basically why they broke up, what was going on. And it wasn't that, it was just Daniel. He gave her something that she needed. And yeah, that was basically it. And he was saying how it was easier to just blame her. It was all on her or whatever. Even after his homeboy said, nigga, you was a bum. Like, you was on the couch every day. Each of them, Issa and Lawrence, had a chance to express exactly what was going on in detail about how they were feeling during that time, and how he was feeling during that time, not being able to get a job, being on the couch, watching her get up and go to work every day, her not getting the attention that she wanted. They wasn't fucking, you know, coming home, going to work, going to a job she hate, coming home, seeing him on the couch, hasn't moved, nothing. And it was a good conversation. And I felt like I guess every relationship have that conversation like that. It was deep. I guess before you break up and even after you break up, it was real good. And it's like, do I want them back together? Like, I'm on the fence. I want them back together, then I don't want them back together because so much time has passed. Nathan is coming back into the fold of things. It's just weird. Meanwhile, while she goes to the bathroom real quick, this also, she asked him a question like, "Did you really buy a ring?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then she was just like, "Damn." And he was like, "What? You just realized you ain't shit?" I was dying. And she gets up to go to the bathroom. Condola hits him up and like, yeah, like we're gonna see each other. What's up for tonight? And I'll let you know. So it seems weird now because it's like it seemed like he still must be feeling Condola or whatever, and still wants some answers from Issa or want to get back with Issa. Now that everything was laid out on the line, I think it's a decision needs to be made now. Is either Issa or Condola when it comes to Lawrence. So, they leave the spot or whatever the case may be. And guess who they run into? Good old TSA Bay. His old sexy wide ass came up in there. Was like, hey, how you doing? Whatever, running his mouth or whatever the case may be. They going to some art shit down the block, and his date all in her phone and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I do TSA and I do private security and all like that. But it was funny when he walked up on him. He's like, Brat. And when he was saying Brat, I thought it was, oh boy, the blood from the dunes, her dunes neighbor. But no, it was TSA. And Lawrence is in awe and loving it. It was hysterical. And he was like, yo, so how do you know each other? He was like, no. No. He was like, yeah, me and her used to, kick it. We used to fuck, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, okay. And then they leave. And she was like, yeah, the Walk is this place called the Walk, I guess, where they have outdoor art and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, that's cool. You should check it out. And walked off for her. She was like, wait, what? And I was like, no, he didn't. But he had came back with this plan, and he was like, come on, let's go. And they got in the Uber, and they was just walking around, and they talking about how things have changed and how they grown up and stuff like that. He likes art and buying art, and it seemed like a really little funky little place where they have street art, and I guess local artists come and showcase their stuff, and probably people to buy their stuff. It was real cool. It was real cool, whatever. So their date is over, and Lauren said like, I live like around the corner down a block from you or whatever, and she's like, all this time. So he was like, let's drop her off first or whatever the case may be. Drop him off first. And then she was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. The lift will be waiting and all that stuff. And they came up and she came upstairs. I'm like, oh my God. Guess who calls while she's in the bathroom? Condola calls. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll see you and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh my God. What's happening? So when he get back in the house, Issa's out the bathroom. And she was like, that's Condola. And he was like, yeah, or whatever. He was like, just she just want to talk and all this other stuff. And, you know, they get it in. They get it in. Lawrence left stroke went viral, yo. They get it in. And it was some sweet love making and all this other stuff. And it seemed right. And I would do it. I would have been the same place. I would have spent the night. I would have all of that stuff. And it was weird. It was weird. It was some good sexy time, and it was weird. Seeing those black bodies rub up against each other and all other stuff. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know. Can we get Lawrence back again? He's all that she wanted now. Issa seems all that he wants now. She seems like she just want to know how to, I guess, work the whole thing with having a job and want to continue on with her block party and stuff. And she seems genuinely happy. So what happens now? You know what I'm saying? If I found out Condona called too, I freaking sit on his face also. Shit. So what goes on? Do we want them back together or not? She ended up walking home and smiling and everything like that. It was interesting. Sorry, I had to get delivery. Shit, a lot of shit on sale, and I'm catching some sales. Anywho, so do we want them together? This was a real good episode. It was a real good episode. And Issa just, walking fast, thinking fast, all that shit, walking and smiling back home or whatever. And it's like, damn, are they going to get back together? Should they get back together? And what happens to Nathan? Like, what is going on? And if they do decide to get back together, is it right back boyfriend and girlfriend, or they easing into it? And like I said, what happens to Nathan? And where's Molly? Are we gonna have that friendship come back together? Next episode, they're supposed to be talking. We only got two more left. Just two more left. So let's discuss. Tell me what you thought about this episode.